The Sims 4 My Wedding Stories is a disaster. It's a mess. It's surrounded by controversy and it hasn't even been released yet. I'm SatchOnSims and this is my pre-release review of one of the most controversial and ridiculous packs I've ever seen for The Sims 4. Let's start by acknowledging that there are no new traits or aspirations in this pack. Yes, we already have a romance aspiration, but I want something more specific, like a perfect wedding aspiration. The pack comes with 4 unique female hairstyles. A veil was included, but this can only be applied to one specific long straight hair mesh, which seems very limiting and non-inclusive. And surprise, surprise, we only have one masculine hairstyle option. Culturally, however, I would say this pack is inclusive because it does contain many different things from different cultures. I do personally feel victimized by the gay wedding dress. What the flying is this? What the actual You guys know I love anything cursed, crazy, and gay, but this is too much. This is where I draw the line, and that is really saying something coming from me. In general, the Sims team always do a fantastic job of create a sim and build by, and the world itself is really beautiful and one of the best worlds I've ever seen in any Sims game. The issue I have with this pack, as I do with most packs, is just a disastrous gameplay. After analysing most EA Game Changers gameplay of this pack, I can categorically say it looks like an absolute broken mess. Every Game Changer video always starts with a message like, this is an early release version of the pack, it may not be the final product, things may change, there may be bugs and glitches that may not exist in the final product, blah 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 blah. But I think it is very important to note that this pack is coming out literally next week. It's too late to fix any major bugs, yet there's so many. The pack has multiple different misc events like rehearsal dinners, engagement dinners, and bachelor's party, which all come with some different customization options. Although this sounds great, I can't help but think, how are they different to any other party? You go to a venue and you eat something and you drink something and your Sims dance, but that's it. Putting a different label on it doesn't really make it any different. Even then, simple things like eating and drinking are not always straightforward in The Sims. The initial live stream was somewhat of a disaster, with the married Sims not being able to execute the animation to cut the cake. Even when they could do it, the Sim just stood awkwardly by the table eating it like a lost lamb. There was also an incredibly awkward moment when the groom was performing a toast to what seemed like a brick wall whilst no other guests were paying attention. And let's be honest, having multiple different Sims on a lot at the same time is a recipe for the disaster. Can you think of one, literally just one occasion when your Sims had a successful outing without getting up off their seats, or random townies butting in your conversation, or standing in the way, or have your date or your friend randomly leave you for no reason at all? Even in the official Sims live stream, they only showed the wedding with a very minimal number of guests, which in my opinion seemed like an obvious attempt to avoid having any bugs or glitches happening. Plumbella, an EA Game Changer, also noticed some issues whilst trying to bake a wedding cake and selecting it for the planned wedding event, and another error where her Sims could not marry via the registry office. Even if the pack did work 100% as intended upon release, that itself is still a problem. Everything is micromanaged, everything is happy, everything works perfectly as intended. There seems to be no chance of anything dramatic or out of control happening. You know, in weddings they say that thing like, speak now or forever hold your peace. I want somebody to speak up and cause a fight at my Sims weddings. I want something dramatic to happen, like in the reveal trailer where the bride ditched her groom for another woman and they eloped off together really dramatically and the man was really upset. And what about your fiance getting cold feet and ghosting you on the wedding day? What about your parent-in-laws hating you and wanting to cause an argument with you? The Sims 4 has always suffered from this issue, which they've never suffered with any previous Sims game, which is it's just too perfect, it's too easy, it's too nice, and it's too friendly. Yes, we want our Sims to have happy, perfect weddings, but sometimes we want it to go the wrong way in an entertaining way. That's what The Sims is all about. It's about chaotic, crazy things happening now and again and turning everything upside down and making it interesting, and The Sims 4 just doesn't have that. And this new My Wedding Stories game pack simply reinforces that in my opinion. And with all the existing gameplay features of this pack aside, I can't help but feel like there's still something missing. Yes, we have a new way to enjoy weddings in the game, but technically our Sims can already get married, they can already eat cake at their wedding, they can basically do all the things that this pack offers, just in a more simplified way, but it still exists at the end of the day. Especially for the price, I would have expected something at least a little bit extra. For example, a wedding planner career, a secret honeymoon destination, a wedding photographer, new types of proposal interactions, autonomous proposals, as I said, chaotic things like people ghosting you on your wedding day. And yes, now we have wedding celebrations as a pack, but what about other kinds of celebrations? Could this theme have simply been integrated integrated into a larger Celebrations expansion pack? Or should it have just been simplified and put into a stuff pack? Either way, I'd like to emphasize that I am genuinely excited about the release of this pack. I can see the Sims team have put a lot of work into it because the world looks great, the build by objects look great, and the cast looks great too, apart from the rainbow wedding dress. And even on paper, the gameplay sounds great. The problem is, that's only on paper. When it comes to execution, it just doesn't look great. I saw this TikTok the other day that highlights what I mean really well. There just seems to be something so stale about the live stream when compared to the trailer. And as you can see, there is such a big difference between the way it worked in the trailer and the way it worked in the live stream. The only constructive criticism I would give to EA and the Sims team management is to let your developers do their thing. Give them time to enrich the gameplay. Give them time to iron out and sift through all the bugs and glitches. Because I know it's inevitable for things to go wrong in a game like The Sims because it is a complex simulation. But I'm sure your developers are talented people and know how to fix all these issues if you just give them time. I will be surprised if they do knuckle down and fix all of these bugs before the game is released in literally less than 7 days, but I'm not really convinced. Thank you so much for watching my review. Of course, let me know down below your brutally honest opinions about this pack. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. Fuck my cookies. Guys, I'm cooking cookies and I forgot. Give me a minute. So I burnt the cookies. Whoopsie.